Well, hello and welcome to Collectology and our Spider-Man Collectables show. And I'm really excited, Lauren.
It's very exciting, isn't it?
It is really exciting because I'm a big Marvel fan, I'm a big Spider-Man fan, and of course there's a brand new Spider-Man film out today.
Yeah. Are you going to go and see it?
I'm definitely going to go see it straight after this.
Yeah. So yeah, Spider-Man, of course, is probably the most popular superhero of all time.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Absolutely,
yeah,
definitely.
He is incredibly popular. And he was actually first introduced in the Amazing Fantasy comic book series in 1962,
That's
which
right.
is a long time ago,
yeah,
isn't it?
It's a long time ago, because there's been, 7 films up until now, and then this one would make 8.
Yeah.
That's really impressive to
And
have that
to
many
sustain
films.
that popularity as well is quite incredible, really, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's been fluctuations in the popularity of the films over the years, but Spider-Man as a comic has pretty much remained level or just increased.
Yeah, he's probably more popular than ever now.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now we've got some incredible collectibles in front of us here.
Yes, so we have the Royal Selangor Spider-Man web slinger figure, and the detail on this is incredible.
Yep.
It's so intricate.
This one used to be my favourite Spider-Man collectible that we had here. Absolutely
I can
stunning.
see why.
Beautiful levels of detail. However, it's been usurped by another one of our items on today's show.
Yeah, this is impressive. So this is the Spider-Man silver mask coin.
I love this.
So it's actually Spider-Man's mask.
Yep. I'm
it's
going
a
to pick
coin.
it up. There we go.
Yeah. So it's struck from pure silver.
Yeah.
And it's limited, extremely limited. So it's limited to 5,000 worldwide.
Yep.
That is a tiny amount when you consider the amount of Marvel and Spider-Man
yeah,
fans
that's a
out there.
really tiny amount when you consider how many Spider-Man fans. there
Yeah,
are.
exactly, yeah. And it also comes with a pure silver certificate of authenticity as well.
Which is really rare.
Which just finishes it off really well.
Yeah, that's really, really rare.
It is really rare. You don't get many coins that come with a silver or metal certificate. It's incredible.
Let's move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Now, this is quite an interesting one. It looks quite tiny on the desk compared to everything else.
It does, but it's not. So it's the Spider-Man capsule edition. So it features the official Royal Mail Spider-Man stamp.
So the Royal Mail Marvel stamps that came out.
Yeah, they came out earlier in the year.
And they caused an absolute stir when they came out,
did,
didn't they?
yeah. Collectors, I mean, these were particularly popular with collectors. I think this was probably the most popular one of the series. So it was 10 character stamps.
Yep.
So this comes encapsulated and postmarked as well with the first day of issue, which is something collectors particularly like.
Yeah, definitely. And we've got a bit of an offer on those coming up later in the show as well, haven't we?
We have, yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic.
We'll talk more about that later.
We will talk more about that later. So on to our last item that's going to come up today.
So this is an original Spider-Man comic book mounted alongside the official Royal Mail stamps, which are actually an original comic book strip, which have been created especially for stamps.
So these stamps, they came out with the character stamps,
yeah, they did, yeah.
As sort of, it was like an extra, is that right?
It was one alongside the character stamps, so this was just an in addition as the range. So, see, this is fantastic. It's postmarked as well with the first day of issue, which again makes it particularly collectible, and it comes in this beautiful frame as well.
Yeah,
so we'll come more to that later.
Absolutely stunning. So if you'd like to check out all of the items on today's show, then simply head over to collectology.co.uk/Spider-Man show. And if you do see something that you like, then why not take advantage of our free postage and packing offer, which is running for a very limited time. All the details of that are on screen right now. All you have to do is enter Spider-Man at the checkout. Now, also stick around as well, because we've got an incredible competition coming up later where you can win a complete set of Marvel stamps featuring the Hulk postmark. Now that is a prize that everybody's going to want to win.
Very exciting, yeah. We're going to get lots of people entering that, definitely.
Definitely. Let's not mess around. Let's move straight on to our first item, and we're going to be talking about the capsule edition. Let's take a closer look now. So Lauren, here we have the capsule edition featuring the Spider-Man stamp.
Yeah, this is great. So this is the official Royal Mail Spider-Man stamp.
Yep.
So it's the first time Royal Mail have ever issued Marvel stamps. So there was 10 character stamps issued, and this is probably the most popular.
Yeah, I remember seeing this in the news because everybody's really, really excited about this, because Marvel stamps are fairly rare anyway, but in this country,
they're extremely rare.
They're extremely rare. So everybody, all the collectors went absolutely nuts for these, didn't they?
They did, yeah. They went down a storm, actually. Collectors were clamoring to get hold of them when they came out. So they issued back in March. So the actual issue date is the 14th of March. And they're still popular. You know, collectors still want to get hold of them.
Yeah, they are. And the stamp itself, the Spider-Man stamp in there, is fantastic, isn't it?
It is. It's a really striking design, actually. And what makes it particularly special is that it's actually exclusive artwork that's been designed especially for the stamps.
I love that. Having something exclusive, that is one way to get collectors very, very excited, is to say that it's exclusive.
Yeah, exactly. And it's never been seen before as well. So you would never have seen this particular artwork before. And it was actually designed by Alan Davis, who's a renowned comic book artist.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, he's a Marvel artist, isn't he?
He's
fantastic.
Yeah, he is. And he's done a really great job, actually. He's depicted Spider-Man here in his real iconic pose, really.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's actually rare to find an original Spider-Man illustration as well. So
it is. So you won't find this in any other comic or animation or film or online. This is just where you'll find it.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Now, I really love these capsule editions, and in fact, everybody seems to love these capsule editions. Tell us a bit more about them.
Okay, so with this particular one of the most important things is that it's actually postmarked with that first day of issue. So it's got this postmark here, just sort of overlapping the stamp slightly.
And that's really important to collectors, isn't it?
It is really important, and the reason for that is because it can only be post-stamped with that date once.
Yeah.
So it's one day only. You know, you can only a limited number.
And the release date as well is
so it's got the release date on the postmark. So it's postmarked with that 14th of March 2019. And yeah, it can only be done for that one day.
I actually love the postmark as well.
Oh yeah, the postmark's great.
The postmark's really impressive because it's actually Thor's helmet. And it's Thor's helmet from the comic books rather than from the recent films. Although he did recently in Thor Ragnarok don a helmet that looked very similar to this, but he hasn't really gone for the whole winged helmet look in the films. Yeah,
no, it's interesting, and it makes it obviously even more interesting with the stamp as well. You've got the nice design, but what's particularly special about this one is that it's actually postmarked at Shield Row Stan Lee.
I like that.
So really obviously nice. It's a nice tribute to Stan Lee, and it all ties in really nicely with the story.
It really does.
That is something that collectors really like about this as well. And of course, with our capsule editions, both the stamp and the postmark are all encapsulated in one capsule.
Yeah, it's actually
and the good thing about this is that it's tamper-proof, so you can't get into it, you can't damage it.
And you can't damage it. That's the thing. So you can hold it like I'm holding it now. You can put your fingers all over it, and you're not going to have to worry about it getting marked up or damaged or broken in any
and it keeps that stamp as well in its brilliant condition, because obviously that's something that collectors look for as well, is stamps in the best condition possible. So
and you saw on the back there as well that limited edition number.
Yeah. So it's extremely limited because of the first day of issue postmark. Just 9995 can ever be issued worldwide.
It's not a lot.
It's not a lot at all.
Not a lot at all.
Because obviously you can only postmark a certain amount with that date. So yeah, it's numbered as well, which is another thing that is nice to have. So you know exactly which number you've got in the edition.
That's right.
So that's particularly special.
That's incredible. Now, of course, Spider-Man doesn't tend to work alone. In fact, obviously, we've recently seen him with a few superhero buddies in the film, certainly Avengers, Endgame and Infinity War and all of those. How can we help him out? How can we give him some friends here?
Yeah, so we've taken the sort of favourites from the 10 characters. So we've got 6 of them here in one set.
Yep.
So the same thing, they're encapsulated with the postmark. You've got your stamps in there.
Who we got?
We've got Iron Man, Hulk, of course, Thor, Captain Marvel.
One of the newest recruits of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yep, so there's the film earlier this year, wasn't there? Which was popular.
Went down Storm,
Black Panther.
Yep.
And
Oscar winner.
Yeah.
Oscar winner.
And of course Spider-Man in there as well.
And of course Spider-Man. Now, here's where I'm torn, because Iron Man is probably my favourite Marvel character. But then there's Spider-Man as well.
No, it's a tough one, isn't it?
It is a real tough one. So if you can't decide either, then why not
get your hands on
go for
this.
the favourite set?
And what's even better is that you save £5
That's
on.
right, yes.
So if you were to buy each one individually, you would have to spend an extra £5. But if you buy it in this set, you save £5 on the individual price for each. Yeah,
that's brilliant. That's a great saving. And of course, it comes in this nice presentation box as well.
Yep. So it all comes, they come in nicely here, and you can present it, you can keep them safe, you can put them away, whatever you want to do with them.
Now, is this limited? Did you say this was limited as well?
So there's a maximum presentation of 4,995, which is, of course, more limited than the capsule more limited than Spider-Man. And that's because some of the other editions in here are limited to 4,995. So there's a maximum number that we can make up there. So yeah, maximum 4,995.
That's a fantastic way of owning it, though. Fantastic way.
It is, yeah. It's a really great way to own it.
Now, if you want to get your hands on either the capsule edition featuring the Spider-Man stamp or the Marvel Favourites set, then all you have to do is head over to collectology.co.uk/C113 for the Spider-Man capsule, or collectology.co.uk/C123 for the Favourites set. If you do see something that you like on today's show, then why not take advantage of our free postage and packing offer? All the details of that are on screen now. All you have to do is enter Spider-Man at the checkout. Now, don't forget to stick around for that incredible competition coming up later in the show, where you could be in with a chance of winning a complete set of the Marvel stamps. Of course, that's with the Hulk postmark, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yeah.
And of course, everybody's going to want that complete set. Stick around though, as coming up next, we have the Ultimate Framed Edition featuring the Marvel stamps. Now, Lauren, I am really excited about this one because it features one of my favourite things, comic books as artwork.
I love this one. It's a real display piece.
Yeah, so this is the Ultimate Framed Edition featuring the Marvel stamps. And more importantly, this is the Spider-Man comic framed edition of this one.
It is, yeah, and it's very limited as well. There's just 1,995 of these presentations worldwide, so that's the maximum that can exist, which is a really tiny number when you think about the amount of Spider-Man and Marvel
that's a ridiculously
fans.
small number when you think about how many fans there are. Yeah.
It is, yeah, so let's have a look into it. So we have here an original comic book, an original Spider-Man comic book, so it's a real comic book, mounted alongside these official Royal Mail Marvel stamps.
Now, when you say mounted, can I just check? Because obviously sometimes you see these things, you look at them and think, oh God, have they ruined that comic book by attaching it to something?
No, we absolutely haven't. So it comes in a protective sleeve here, so a clear sleeve.
So the comic book itself,
safe,
not attached to anything?
It's not attached to anything.
Brilliant.
So if you did ever want to take it out, you could. And it would stay, it's kept in its pristine condition.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And the stamps themselves, so they're from the official Royal Mail release that was released back in March.
Yep.
And you've got 5 stamps down here. So, and it actually creates a comic strip, like an original exclusive comic strip.
I love this idea. This is a really great idea. I mean, the Royal Mail have done these sort of mini sheets before, but normally they don't really form a bigger picture.
No.
But this one...
Yeah, it's, you know, a lot of people have been interested in the character stamps, but this one is actually, it's really great, and it's really exclusive because Alan Davis has created this especially for the stamps. So the comic artist who did these, you wouldn't see them anywhere else.
So this is a comic strip you will never see anywhere else.
No, and it's a first for these. So yeah, he's created a nice story out of it, and it's got all the characters in there, and of course the mighty Thanos as well.
Of course, because of course these were released before Endgame came out, so in between Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah, absolutely.
And of course these have been postmarked as well, haven't they?
They have, which is probably the most important part, and what makes it really exclusive, and that's why it's so limited as well. So it features the first day of issue postmark, so it's postmarked with that date, the 14th of March 2019, and only a limited number can be postmarked with that date. Because obviously it's
that,
a 1 day only.
So that makes it really, really collectible. That's what the collectors are looking for, isn't it?
It is, yeah. That's definitely really sets it apart from other editions. Just owning the stamps, it doesn't make it quite as exclusive with that postmark.
Yeah,
great.
with that postmark and that comic.
Yeah, exactly. And the postmark's great as well because it has a nice sort of story to it. So the actual design of it is Thor's helmet.
It is,
which I really like. So it's got a nice link in there. But it's also, the postmarking location is Shield Row Stan Lee.
Which is a lovely
Which is really nice.
Nod
so
to
it's
the
a
man
nice,
himself,
nice
Stan Lee.
tribute to Stan Lee, especially as he passed away not that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
So that just sets it apart, really. I think that makes the story, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And the whole thing is presented, I think, so well in this frame.
It's really
the black
striking.
frame with the white background.
Yeah.
Because you don't want anything to distract from
exactly.
that comic art, do you?
That's right. Yeah. So it's professionally mounted and framed. And it just the contrast between the colours with the black, it makes it really striking. You can imagine this, can't you? Yeah, in an office
definitely.
or in a study or something like that altogether.
The other thing about this presentation that I think is absolutely wonderful is the fact that it's even more collectible and even more rare than
it might
appear. Tell us why.
Yeah, so obviously we can only get a certain number of comics in themselves because obviously comic books aren't available everywhere, and we can only get certain issues. So your particular frame is likely to have just be one of a kind because no one else is going to be able to have that particular issue because we have you can only get a certain number of them. So
not only is it a really limited presentation, but it's also probably going to be unique to you.
Yeah, completely.
Okay, so that's a real game changer. So you could order one, your mate could order one.
Yeah.
They turn up and they're completely different.
Yeah, exactly. And
That's
so it's quite nice because if you bought them for your sons or daughter or whatever, then they're likely to have two different ones.
Two different ones, and then they'll fight about who's got the best one.
Exactly, yeah. But that's all the fun of it, isn't it?
It is all the fun of it. It is absolutely incredible. But it's not just Spider-Man available, is there?
No, so you can also get hold of some of your other favourite characters in the comic books as well. So Captain Marvel, there's Hulk, and there's Iron Man as well.
Okay,
so they feature those particular comics.
Yeah, so we all know that Iron Man is definitely my favourite, closely followed by Spider-Man. But I can definitely see all four of those just on my study.
Yeah, I think as a collection,
Yeah.
we've noticed that collectors have actually been buying all four as well.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't you want all four of them? And
they
you want to display them, don't
They
you?
are,
as well.
yeah, they are
So
incredible, and you do want to display them. Yeah.
I mean, that's the beauty of the comic book artwork, isn't it? You want to have it on display. You don't want it in a box, hidden away.
Yeah.
You want to have it on display.
So there's only 1995 presentations in total, is that right?
Yeah, that's the maximum presentation that there will be because of that, obviously, that postmark and the limited availability of the original comic books as well. So this would make a great gift for a Marvel fan, and it's really limited, so you have to be quick on this one.
And if you are quick, you can head straight over to collectology.co.uk/C126 to get hold of your Spider-Man comic framed edition. But if you have a look around, you'll be able to find those other characters as well. Now, if you do see something you do like on today's show, then why not take advantage of that free postage and packing offer? All the details are on screen right now. All you have to do is enter Spider-Man at the checkout. Right, so let's take a quick break now because it is competition time.
Exciting.
Very exciting because up for grabs is a complete set of the Marvel stamps featuring the Hulk postmark. Now everybody's going to want that complete set, aren't they?
They really are, yeah.
They definitely are. And if you want that full set, all you have to do is answer this question. What is Spider-Man's real name?
I think everyone will know that.
Yeah, I think so. There's so many Marvel fans watching right now that everybody's going to know that. So all you have to do is send us a private message on Facebook with your answer, or head over to collectology.co.uk/Spider-Man Show Comp. Full competition terms and conditions can be found, as always, at collectology.co.uk/competitions. That really is a great competition, isn't it?
It is great. I think everyone's going to want to enter.
We're going to have hundreds of entries. Now, let's have a quick recap on the items we've seen so far today, and then we'll move on with the rest of the show.
Yeah.
So first up, we had the capsule edition featuring the Spider-Man stamp. Now, Spider-Man is definitely one of everybody's favourite heroes, isn't he?
Definitely is, yeah.
And if you want to, you can upgrade to the Favourites collection and have your full Avengers squad.
Yeah, you can, but it's really limited, isn't it?
It's really limited, so you will have to act quickly on that one. Then we had the Ultimate Framed Edition featuring, of course, the amazing Spider-Man comic.
Yeah, it's stunning, isn't it?
It's stunning. And it probably is one of the most limited ways to own these stamps.
Yeah, it's
as
a
well,
one
isn't
of a
it?
kind.
It's one of a kind, especially as there's no guarantee which comic you're going to
No.
get.
Yeah,
So it'll be
it's great.
Spider-Man, but it'll be different to everybody else's.
Yeah, I like
Absolutely,
that.
absolutely fantastic. I love the concept of that one.
Yeah.
So coming up next, we have what is probably my favourite collectible item here at Collectology. It's the Royal Selangor Spider-Man Web Slinger figure. Now, this is definitely one of my favourite items ever here at Collectology. This is the Royal Selangor Spider-Man Web Slinger figure, and it is a stunner.
It really is, isn't it?
It is.
I think it's probably the most, well, it is one of the most intricate Spider-Man figures ever crafted, actually. It is fantastic.
I can get on board with that. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, because there's a lot of, there's a lot of figures on the market for Spider-Man. Lots of different variations out there.
Oh, definitely.
But there's not many, or there are none like this actually, and that's because it's actually expertly crafted by the experts at Royal Selangor.
I like that. I like expertly crafted.
It sounds pretty good.
It sounds really good. Yeah.
And they actually craft all of their items by pewter. So it's actually, and pewter is a form of purified tin.
I'm glad you said that because I was going to ask anyway.
Yeah, which is interesting. You wouldn't ever think that something would be made from tin, would you?
No, you wouldn't. And actually, it just looks stunning as well.
It does. Yeah, and what's really special about Royal Selangor is that they are experts because they have been going for over 130 years.
That's a long time. That's a long time to be making, because they make all sorts of things, don't they?
They do, yeah. They make homeware,
giftware and
vases,
Yeah.
all sorts of different things. And they've now started doing, branching out to sort of more licensed pieces with Marvel and DC Comics as well.
So how do they actually make these then? Because there's so much detail in here that they must take them pages.
It does actually. It's a meticulous process. So it's actually cast, which means that they create a mold and then they pour the purified tin, the pewter, into the mold. And what that means is they can get that really important detail in there. So the mold can have as much detail as you want. And you can see even down to sort of the little bits of webbing in his suit.
Yeah.
And the sort of all the detail is masked there, and you've got obviously the Spider-Man
Spin it around.
logo on the back as well, which they've managed to get in there.
Yeah.
So they've done a really good job with that.
Absolutely stunning.
And after it's been cast, it then goes through many processes. And what's great is there's over 200 craftsmen at Royal Selangor who are actually over in Malaysia, which is where the tin is extracted from. And the craftsmen there are so skilled, and it's passed through their hands, so they're actually handcrafted.
Okay. So the details on here are all hand finished.
Yes, they have to hand finish it to get that best quality. Yeah, and so hand polish it. It's all sorts of different processes to create this particular piece.
It's absolutely stunning. And even down to sort of the fingers and things there.
Yeah, they've managed to get his
incredible.
iconic pose.
Yeah, that iconic sort of web slinger pose.
Doesn't get more iconic than that, does it really?
I love it.
And to be able to get his fingers in the right place and everything.
It is a beautiful thing, and I can definitely see this sitting on my desk, or to be frank, any Marvel fan's desk.
Yeah, you want this on your desk, don't you?
Yeah, it definitely feels like an executive toy kind of thing.
It does, yeah. You can imagine it in an executive office or something like that, or a study, or And what also gives it that authenticity and provenance as well is that it's designed by two artists who are really highly respected actually in the international comics and collectibles industry. So, it doesn't get much better than that, does it? Somebody who really knows what they're doing, and they've been able to create the actual design. And it's then also, of course, officially approved by Marvel as well. So they've authenticated it and said it's all good. And so,
Yeah. On that note, you say Marvel, and I can see Marvel written here, and I know that Marvel's written across the front of here as well. Let's talk about this box that it comes in as well.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? It's shiny.
Shiny. It is. It's a lovely looking box.
Yeah, it's classy, isn't it? And it's the black as well makes it look even better.
It's really incredible. Obviously, it'll properly officially branded up with the Marvel stuff.
And Royal Selangor as well.
And I took Spidey out of the box earlier, and actually the amount of, you can see the difference in size between Spidey and the box. The amount of foam packaging they put in there to protect him, and he's even in a little dust bag as well. It's absolutely incredible. So he arrives to you the same way he left the factory, which is just perfect.
Yeah, comes in really good condition, and you can obviously keep it in the box if you wanted to, keep it safe, but you want to display this, don't you? It's definitely a display piece, and of course he comes on his
on this sort of diorama. Yeah, no, see, I'm assuming he's obviously had some kind of a battle.
Yeah,
or something.
it's definitely, he's been in battle, and he's sort of going over the debris of the battle.
Yeah. It is a beautiful
that really
piece.
finishes it off as a stand.
It's very well thought out. Beautiful piece.
It really is. And yeah, it would make a great gift for a Marvel fan or a real treat for yourself. And we've also made it really easy, so you can pay using our 0% finance option at checkout, and that's using partially, which means you can spread the payments across 5 different installments.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
It just makes it easier for
It's a perfect idea.
It is, yeah. So we only have a really limited number of these available, so you have to really be quick if you want to get hold of one of these.
If you do want to get hold of one of these Royal Selangor Spider-Man web slinger figures, then all you have to do is head over to collectology.co.uk/C136. And remember, there is that partially option there if you'd like to split your payments over a longer period of time. Now, obviously, if you do see anything on today's show that you'd like, then why not take advantage of that free postage and packing offer? Details are on the screen right now. All you have to do is enter Spider-Man at the checkout. Now, let's not forget our competition as well for your chance to win this incredible complete set of the Marvel stamps with the Hulk postmark. Definitely going to be plenty of people after them.
Definitely.
All you have to do is answer this question. What is Spider-Man's real name?
I think everyone's going to know.
Everyone's going to know it. Everyone's going to know it. All you have to do is send us a private message on Facebook with your answer, or head over to collectology.co.uk/Spider-Man Show Comp. Full competition terms and conditions can be found, as always, at collectology.co.uk/competitions. Now it's time to move on to our last item of the day, and this has now become my new favourite item.
Yeah, you like this one, don't you?
I do like this one. This is the Spider-Man Mask silver coin. So Lauren, we are sat here with what is now my new favourite item that we've ever done here at Collectology. This is the Spider-Man Mask silver coin.
It is, and it's hard to believe it's actually a coin.
Yeah, it's really hard to believe it's actually a coin. And I'll tell you what, if more currency looked like that, I would definitely use cash more often.
Yeah, but you can't, because this is actually really, really limited. So there's just 5,000 of these. No.
Okay.
There's just 5,000 of these coins worldwide,
Yeah.
which is a really tiny, tiny number.
That is a tiny amount.
Yeah, and we obviously only have a limited stock of these here available at Collectology.
Yeah.
So
now, you need to tell me about this one, because I've never seen a coin quite like this.
No.
And it
is actually struck from
very
pure
interesting.
silver. So the whole thing's struck from pure silver. And it is actually minted, so it's actually a struck coin.
Okay, so that's, let me get this right. So they actually hit it, don't
yeah, so it's pressed and it's repeatedly struck, they call it. So it's pressed down. Whereas normally a coin like this would have to be cast, so poured, a mold created, and then the metal is then poured into it, because the relief in it is so high, and the detail to create.
I was going to say, because
you can't imagine how they would do that.
Because you can't. you can't see very well from here, but I'm sure that we're going to be playing some footage as well.
Yeah, and the depth of it.
The actual depth of the coin is incredible. And it's actually got a sort of a curved indentation in the back as well. So you have to wonder just how much force they actually had to hit this with to actually get it to this shape.
Yeah, it would have been very difficult to strike actually. So it has been struck using really advanced minting technology.
Oh, definitely.
Sort of state-of-the-art technology. It would have cost a lot of money to create something like this.
Definitely. I love the detail, especially sort of the detail around the eyes there.
Yeah.
You can even see sort of that sort of mesh-looking finish to the fabric.
It almost
has
has like a 3D effect, doesn't it?
It does.
And it brings a coin to life, as if you can imagine Spider-Man's mask staring back at you.
Yeah, and I can see a box here, which is a stunning. So obviously this is all licensed, yeah?
It is, yeah. So it's officially licensed and approved by Marvel.
Yeah.
So it's all gone through them, which obviously authenticates the coin and makes it just feel official.
Yeah. So this is actually Spider-Man from Avengers: Infinity War.
Yeah, exactly. So it's current, isn't it? Everyone. I mean, Avengers has become the most recent film has become the most popular film.
Yes.
Ever.
Really,
it doesn't get much better than that, does it?
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. And I love the way they've got all the different intricate details, all the different logos and things all over the.
Yeah, so it keeps it safe if you want to keep it safe and tucked away, but you probably want to display something like this. And you can as well, because you can pick it up, the coin you can actually pick up and touch it.
You can,
It's finished with a antique finish. Which is often has to be done by hand and been treated really well to create it.
Normally you can't handle silver coins, can you?
No, you can't normally put them away in a capsule, and you'd have to just keep them there and look at it. But this one you can actually handle it, which is really nice. You can feel the
You want to be able to handle these things. You want to be able to hold your collection.
Yeah, exactly.
How much silver's in here, sorry?
So it's pure silver, so it's 999 silver.
999 pure silver, and it's 2 ounces, is that right?
2 ounces, yes, 2 ounces, which is important. That's quite a hefty weight
quite
for
a lump
coin.
of silver.
It is, and it has to be to create the scale of the mask,
And I love this case as well. This case is lovely. It's a shiny black case.
Yeah, shiny black lacquer.
With a little Spider-Man emblem just on the top.
So it's a box that has been created just for that coin, which I really like.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's something you want to display as well, isn't it, really?
It is. So I'll tell you what, the one thing I did notice is normally these things come with a certificate of authenticity as well. There's something special about this one, right?
Yeah, there is. We don't ever really see this with a coin. So it comes with, of course, a certificate of authenticity, authenticating the coin. But that certificate is struck from or made from 2 grams of silver. The whole thing
impressive.
is made from silver.
So the paper wasn't good enough, apparently.
No, not for this coin. It's really special.
No, so they actually went with the silver cert.
Yeah, it just adds to the exclusivity of it, really.
Yeah.
And it would make a really great gift or a treat for yourself. And of course, you can benefit from our 0% finance option at checkout as well. So we only have a really limited number here at Collectology, so you're going to have to be really quick if you want to get hold of one of these.
And if you are really quick, you can head over to collectology.co.uk/C214. Now, obviously, if you do see something on today's show that you love the look of, then why not take advantage of that free postage and packing offer? Details are on screen right now. All you have to do is enter Spider-Man at the checkout. Well, there's one thing for certain. It's been an incredible show today.
It has.
It really has. It's a Marvel themed show, so I'm always going to be excited. Let's face it. And of course, it's Spider-Man as well. Now, if you want to take a look at all of the items from today's show, just head over to collectology.co.uk/Spider-Man show. Now, before we go, let's just have one final recap of everything we've seen on today's show. So, first up, we had the capsule edition featuring the Spider-Man stamp. Now, brilliant on its own, but why not upgrade to the Favourites edition and have yourself a complete set of Avengers?
That's what you want, isn't it?
That's what you want, really. Absolutely stunning. So up next, we had the Ultimate Framed presentation. Now, this one featured, of course, the wonderful Spider-Man, but there are other characters available, perfect for displaying in your study.
But very limited.
But very, very limited. Then next up, we had the Royal Selangor Spider-Man web slinger figure. Used to be my absolute favourite. It's still up there. It's still up there. Absolutely stunning. And then last but not least, we had the Spider-Man mask silver coin. which is my new favourite.
It's stunning, isn't it?
It is absolutely stunning. I still can't get over quite how they actually struck this.
I know, it's incredible. And, because of that, just 5,000 worldwide.
Just 5,000 worldwide. So it just remains for me to say thank you to Lauren for joining me today. Thank you to you guys for watching. And if you want to keep up to date on all the latest in collectibles news, simply head over to collectology.co.uk. Follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, or of course on YouTube.